Prince Andrew went from the Queen's favorite son to the monarchy's most toxic liability. Once parading as a war hero and jet-set playboy, he's now mired in scandal, financial strain, and public disgrace. A fallen royal who embodies everything the firm wishes we would forget. On the Daily Cancel today, I'm joined by Jedan. Brian Jedan, thank you so much.
Nice to see you.
Nice
Good
to
to be here.
A lot going on in the world right now. Why don't we take a break today from politics and screaming about that like we like to?
All right.
And by the way, a couple of comments on recent videos with you, if I may. One of them was, pink shirt guy is my spirit animal. Thought that was pretty funny. And another one just said, amen, 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 pink shirt guy.
Really?
Yeah, people think of you as pink shirt guy. I don't know what you're thinking showing up in this.
Well, I'll start wearing pink shirts.
By the way, don't forget to subscribe and tell a friend about what we're doing here on TPL, tplmedia.ca for a bunch of great shows. We are Canada's podcast network, and this is one of the shows, The Daily Canceled, and I am your host, Mike. Anyway, well, because we're kind of new, Jedan.
Uh-huh.
You were telling me you're keeping an eye on this hurricane that's going on.
Yeah. Jamaica. Lady in our office is Jamaican. She's got family in Jamaica. She's, really worried. She's keeping in touch with her family, but we don't know what's going to happen. They say it's going to be the biggest hurricane in history or something like that, like another Katrina. But who knows what's going to happen? Oh. I mean, I know that out there, the liberal set is going to blame global warming while the conservative set will be filling sandbags trying to save their homes.
Okay.
So,
okay. I think we've chosen a side then, have we?
We've chosen a side because it's typical.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
Today we're talking about, as you probably heard in the intro, we're going to be talking about the most recent life and times of royal Prince Andrew. I don't even know if we're allowed to call him that anymore. He's been stripped of so many of his titles. That might be one of them. And I was going through all the paperwork and the history on this guy, and I don't know how else to put it. Nick, while I get in trouble, you might have to bleep this. This guy's a royal douchebag.
He is a douchebag.
Like, consistently his whole life. This guy behaves in a manner that you would expect one of Donald Trump kids to behave. But they don't. They're respectable people.
I know.
But he just behaves like a rich brat his whole life.
Well, the thing about Andrew that makes me laugh is that he goes out there and he portrays this stoic sort of royal where when he's in public and the lights are on, he stands there and his shoulders pinned back and he looks very regal. I mean, he portrays that part of himself very well. But at the same time, in the background, he's a child. Now, I don't know if you know this little shady thing about Prince Andrew.
Please, dish. Give me the tea, as the kids would say. Is that correct, by the way, Christoph? Okay.
The tea, whatever that means. The man is, 60-something? He still keeps stuffies on his bed. He has little stuffed animals on his bed.
How do you know that?
Because some of the royal help have commented on the fact that Andrew still has teddy bears in his bedroom, which is absolutely bizarre to me. If it's true, it's bizarre.
Well, he was the Queen's favorite son, obviously, and in the 70s and 80s, he was even known as Randy. I remember this. He was known as Randy Andy. Well, Charles was out creating meaningful relationships and trying to do things with butterflies and architecture. And actually, now I look at the king and I think, this was a pretty rounded Renaissance man, actually, compared to other people. Although we don't hear much about his sister and Edward too much. We certainly have heard about Andrew over the years. And the one thing I'm never really able to put my finger on is what he and his ex-wife do for a living, except go to parties.
They're sponges. They are royal sponge. They should name a sponge called the Andrew. Right, he is a royal sponge. Has been his entire career.
No.
If you can call
patented
it that.
the royal sponge. Actually, you can't use the word royal.
No, well, he can't use the word royal. That's for sure. He can't. He can't use anything at all. Like he's out. Like he needs to get a job. He needs to get an apprenticeship as a plumber and go to work like the rest of the people. Because right now he's sitting there with this sense of entitlement that never, ever leaves him, ever. He sits there and goes, well, you're going to kick me out of my house that I haven't paid rent on? That's
75-year lease. You know what he pays for it?
Nothing.
A peppercorn. Well, you had to put some. Here's the thing. His finances, and we'll get to this a bit later, his finances are shaky at best. what he was doing with Epstein in the first place obviously was driven by money. I think here's the thing that I've thought about consistently about Epstein. He had so much disposable cash. All he did was luxury stuff with this cash, right? And here's Ghislaine Maxwell. She grows up this wild lifestyle, daughter of a media magnate and magnate. I can say it right. I'm a broadcaster. And here's Prince Andrew, and he's got the actual royal upbringing. And as these finances in their life dwindle and that luxury slips into the sunset, you can see them clawing at just about anything to stay in that jet set lifestyle, including being part of this horrible operation of human trafficking.
Well, I think the thing about someone like Andrew is he became overshadowed by his brother Charles and then by William and Harry and Diana and everybody else, and he disappeared. It was okay for Edward to disappear and just go live his life quietly as he has.
Yeah.
But Andrew was trying to hang on to fame. And for people that actually know anything about fame at all, fame is fleeting. And those that find their fame fleeting will scratch and claw and kill and do whatever it takes to keep themselves in those circles. And Epstein was the center of a very unique circle. Epstein had way more contacts, I'm sure, than Andrew did. Andrew probably had
way more money.
Had way more money.
Yeah.
He had, oh my God, he had so much money. And Andrew needed to place himself in the center of that. Not just because Andrew is probably a debauched individual, but he wanted to make sure that Epstein could introduce him to that person or that person or that person. So he could continue to go to the parties, continue to meet the elite, continue to pretend that he was relevant. Because he's not.
Yeah. And I think to Epstein, he must have represented, the royals even invest with me. Look, Prince Andrew's a friend of mine. Not really understanding that, Prince Andrew is a sponge and that, there is no inherent value in his financial expertise, for example, or, actually his depth of wealth in backing anything. But probably to Epstein, it looked pretty cool. I mean, Ghislaine Maxwell, nobody really knew who her dad was after a while, but the royal family doesn't fade. That brand doesn't fade.
No, but the royal family is now becoming more and more irrelevant. They actually serve no purpose. If you look at the royal family, what do they offer? They offer nothing. Nothing. They don't give us anything. You pay them a little bit of money.
A tourist stop in London there. I don't know if you've been. They've got this, what do you call it? The palace there.
Palace.
Right? Yeah.
But
the Buckingham Palace.
But the people are paying
outstanding.
For it. But they're paying for it.
Yeah.
Why are we paying for it? Why do we have a Queen of Canada or a King of Canada? We haven't changed our money.
By the way, if we do decide to get a King or Queen of Canada,
we have one.
I would like you to at least what? Oh, we do actually. That is kind of true.
That's my point.
The prince has been laid off. Prince Trudeau has been laid off, and I guess King Carney is what's left.
Well, King Carney connected to the royals, connected to London, connected to the money in London. He's connected to everything. This is such a tangled,
Do you predict
disgusting.
Andrew making his way to Canada eventually to hide out and spend the rest of his days with his friend Carney?
Actually, I wouldn't put it past him because he's not wanted in Great Britain. Yeah. So where's he going to go? He has to go to a Commonwealth country, right? Someone that's going to protect him, where he has some kind of immunity. Why not? Why wouldn't he come to Canada?
Let's go back in time. He meets Jeffrey Epstein in 1999. And he actually meets him through Ghislaine Maxwell, who he knew from university back in the UK. In 2000, Epstein and Maxwell attend a party at Windsor Castle hosted by Queen Elizabeth at Andrew's 40th birthday. Don't know if they really stayed in touch through all that with the development of Epstein in Maxwell's life. 2001, Virginia Giuffre, née Roberts, alleges that at 17 she was trafficked by Epstein and Maxwell to have sex with Prince Andrew on 3 occasions, starting with an initial encounter at Maxwell's London townhouse. In December of 2010, Prince Andrew stays at Epstein's mansion for 3 days after the conviction for sex offenses against a minor. And in February 2011, an email from Prince Andrew to Epstein surfaces stating, "We are in this together," expressing concern for Epstein. And then he basically goes on with a Newsnight interview statement where he claimed to have ended the relationship with Epstein in 2010. In 2019, he gives a BBC Newsnight interview publicly renouncing his dealings with Epstein for the first time. He denies having sex with an underage minor, and he was home with his daughters after attending a party at Pizza Express. Now, that's
interesting.
That brings us to this point. The non-sweaty prince. And Nick, I don't know if we can take a look at some of that interview, but boy, oh boy, it was really uncomfortable.
Do I regret the fact that he has quite obviously conducted himself in a manner unbecoming? Yes.
Unbecoming? He was a sex offender.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm being polite.
Okay, so there we go. No. I don't sweat.
You said pizza?
Yeah. Pizzagate. Is that what you're thinking?
The irony. How is it not, like, seriously?
Well, I mean, he was stating it. So if he was alleging something about Pizzagate, he'd be better to shut his mouth. But this interview would have been better avoided entirely for his own image.
Oh.
And instead he's out there talking about how in the Falkland Islands, no, I don't sweat. You see, I lost that ability in the Falkland Islands on a mission. Now, I took a look at what this guy's missions were.
Go on.
He was not a war hero in the Falkland Islands.
You don't
it was
say.
Shocking. Well, I mean, I guess he was a naval officer and in the helicopter
Flew
division.
a helicopter,
but he was not on any dire missions. As you know, it was a pretty short-lived war, and his mission was to do routine work as many other soldiers would do. Nothing outstanding, nothing that would preclude him from sweating, nothing that seemed so extreme in his service that he would no longer be able to produce sweat. Meanwhile, in that interview, he did look a little clammy.
Do you think so?
I think, man.
He may have relapsed back into perspiration.
Okay, in 2019, Buckingham Palace announces that Andrew is suspending his public duties for the foreseeable future. He said that.
Well, rightfully so.
But on the 24th, the palace confirms that Andrew is to step down from all 230 of his patronages.
All of which he collects money for.
Right. So he now may not collect money for that.
No.
So his job basically is gone. 2020, the Home Office recommends a major downgrade of security for Andrew, ending his round-the-clock armed police protection. Meanwhile, people are being offed all around this Epstein thing.
What's your point?
Don't you think he would have needed more security
You
and
would
not
think,
less?
but it's the royal family. I mean, do you think they care? They're only interested in maintaining the monarchy.
Yeah.
It's about power. They don't care if Andrew lives or dies. They don't. They'll just give him a nice big funeral. People will walk down the street. They'll follow a limo with a casket in it. His daughters will cry.
And then really,
right?
That's that.
And then that's it. And then it's over.
We'll make a deal with his daughters. Everybody will be,
right.
We get back to living normal, clean lives without Andrew in the mix.
And England will go, well, good riddance to him. So glad he's gone. That's exactly what will happen.
He had it coming would have been the response, probably. You're right.
Right.
Same year, January 2020, the U.S. Attorney, Jeffrey Berman, he stated that Prince Andrew had provided zero cooperation with federal prosecutors and the FBI regarding the ongoing investigation. And by 2022, in January, he stripped of all his military roles and royal patronages by the Queen herself following sexual assault lawsuit. In 2025, Prince Andrew announces that he will relinquish his titles, including the Duke of York, in a statement released by Buckingham Palace, and that came to us last week. So there's the update on Prince Andrew. Now, I guess we all knew in the 70s and 80s, I remember him being called Randy Andy. He's had a history of being a party boy. I mean, that's what we all knew him as. International playboy, Prince Andrew.
Well, Randy Andy happened. There were a couple of things that happened. Number one, if you recall, Andrew went to a private school out near Peterborough, Ontario.
He went to Lakefield.
Yeah. So, and a friend of mine went to Lakefield. And actually, Andrew was there while my friend was at Lakefield.
Okay.
And if you'll recall, there was the skinny dipping incident where Andrew got caught in photos naked, jumping into the lake with all the boys from the rugby team or whatever it was.
Okay.
So everybody kind of went, all right, he's weird. That doesn't look good on the Royals. Fine. Then the Randy Andy thing started because he began dating a woman by the name of Koo Stark.
Oh, and she was an adult film. She had
soft. I don't know. She was in some movie called Emily or The Adventures of or The Life of. I don't know what it was, but I recall the plot. Interestingly enough, was about a 17-year-old girl who was forced to have sex with an older, I believe, aristocratic man. So it's kind of like odd how art imitates life. The fact Virginia Giuffre was 17 or claimed to be. Koo Stark played a 17-year-old in lingerie, and Andrew wound up dating her, and that would have been in the 80s sometime.
What does she have to say about this?
Well, I think that from what I recall and what I've read over the years, because the odd time you just go online and you just sort of. So I think that Koo Stark came out and said, no, he's not that kind of man. But I don't buy it because they were wrapped up in all of the media at the time. This was before the internet, and it was on the front page of every newspaper. And maybe the royal family wanted Koo Stark to go away, and maybe the royal family paid Koo Stark a tidy sum of money to go away. And when she went away, part of the deal was don't say anything bad about Andrew. You're not allowed to. And that's it. So some photos have surfaced over the years of them standing next to one another, but that's really about it. I just find it really ironic that he was drawn to an actress who played a 17-year-old girl.
And then he was convicted or has been accused, not convicted, but he has been sued, and that has been resolved. And so it's it's like art, life mimicking art.
So Koo Stark got a payout. Virginia Giuffre got a payout of $11 million, I think, which is bizarre to me because why on earth, look, if somebody accuses me of something that I didn't do, especially something like that, I'm fighting tooth and nail, especially if I have that kind of money. If I have his kind of money, if I've got you money, sorry, you'll have to bleep that out. But if
Nick, over to you.
If I've got that kind of money, I'm not saying I did it. I'm not paying you to go away.
Here's the problem. He doesn't even have that kind of money.
No, you know who does? The British people.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, he's now cut off. Let's talk about this. This guy is just his private security costs around £3 million a year. His last means of income at the moment seemed to be his Navy pension, which is £20,000 per year. He has a net worth of an estimated £3 to £5 million. That means next year his security detail will bankrupt him. He doesn't have a home because he has a lease on a home for 75 years that he pays a peppercorn for. So he doesn't have an asset.
Is that real?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
They probably
like it's the royal family.
I'm guessing that they forego the peppercorn.
All right. Okay.
Although who knows what Charles will hold you to. But having said that, he'll likely get evicted from Royal Lodge. And after that, he really has zero money. So what happens, do you think, to the bankrupt prince?
I don't think the bankrupt prince is going to live very long. I think he's too much of a liability. I think he's too much of a liability on the world stage. I think he knows too much. I think he's too connected to Epstein. I'm pretty sure Prince William and Kate want nothing to do with him.
Well, they've actually said, you should leave Royal Lodge. You should leave. But Nick, over to you.
I would say Dancing with the Stars might be a good value for.
You know what, Nick? So far, that's the best financial solution for him.
It wouldn't surprise me, though, right? Or maybe they should put him on that TV series 90 Days In and see how he lasts.
Maybe he'll become a slap fighter.
It would probably be the best thing for him because he bloody well deserves it.
Well, there you go.
The thing is,
can you imagine his face is no. My royal face came right off.
It's just his massive royal head. But I think what he's trying to do now, he's trying to negotiate his way out of the cottage that he lives in on the grounds, and move into Harry and Meghan's old place, and then he wants another place for Sarah because they still live together.
Well, this is the whole thing. You are a creep. You are embarrassing the family. You can have no demands. How's that? Zero demands. I think at very best, Prince Charles solves his financial woes between now and his retirement years, and he's asked to be quiet and go away. I think you're right. Maybe to a Commonwealth country, a Caribbean location where he can be really hemmed in by the royal family and by a lot of legal rules.
Well, with a guy like him, though, because he's such an infant, I don't know that they'll be able to hold him to anything. I think he's such a loose cannon.
No, Jedan, they can't just put down Prince Andrew. I know where you're going with this. You can't just put down a loved one in the family.
I think they should drive Prince Andrew to the farm, right? Give him to a nice farmer.
It's okay.
Right? That's it. Hey, kids, Eugenie, Princess Eugenie.
We dropped that off
Dad's
the farm.
Up at the farm. And that's
okay, never mind.
No, it's going to
Forget this idea. Well, it's a possibility depending on how far he's gone down the rabbit hole. But this financial situation, I point this out because he and his ex-wife there,
Sarah
Ferguson. Thank you.
Duchess.
Okay.
I had a dog named Duchess.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Golden Retriever by any chance?
No.
Okay, just seeing if there was any. Anyway.
Just a mutt.
So essentially, they've always had financial issues. They don't. Yeah. He doesn't do anything for a living.
She had to borrow money.
Yeah, yeah, and in fact, he's going to have to do the same thing, and I think he has already. What I'm thinking is that the financial stress and having to go to his brother and having to scrap, and it was getting tougher to sponge. I think that's the door that opens to Jeffrey Epstein, and I think he somehow sees that desperation in the prince and says to him, you know, I can throw you a job, a high-paying job every year that'll offset the cost of this. You just have to be one of my guys, one of the people out there closing the deals with me. And I think we're going to find out that he did open a lot of those doors through his royal connections and through his ability to be a head of state, visiting another head of state.
I don't see it that way. I think the royal family wants him gone. And I think out of desperation, Andrew is going to go back and rely on the Epstein circle. There's still a lot of powerful people in the center of that circle. If Epstein's gone, then another Epstein's going to pop up. So who's the next Epstein? That's what everybody should be asking themselves. Who's Andrew going to latch onto? Because they might approach him.
Yeah, he's an easy mark, it seems.
He knows too much.
Yeah.
Right? The royals know too much, but like when I say the royals, I mean Charles and Camilla and the next king.
Is it
William.
weird? I always forget Camilla's even there.
No, I don't forget her.
I forget her only because she's so like...
I had a dog named Camilla.
Golden Retriever?
No.
Just asking. So...
A mutt.
Okay. So having said that, I often forget because she's very low-key, Camilla.
Evil. Oh, not that low key. You mean low key?
No, I not low key.
Okay.
No,
I just
low key. Sure. She plays it quiet, pretty much. She's not out there as an attention grabber. She kind of handles it right.
She's dignified. She does her charitable work. She stands there, puts on nice hats.
Yeah.
And she's basically
You
furniture.
like those hats?
I hate her hats.
Why did you say nice hats then?
Because that's all that she knows. She knows hats.
Yeah,
she doesn't look good in clothes. So it's just a hat.
What is a hat maker? What do you call those guys? She has a heck of it.
What do you call?
Can you look this up? I think it's a
hatter.
No, it's not called a hatter. They're called a Milner.
You know the Mad Hatter. It's a hatter.
No, it's not. It's a Milner. Somebody look this up. Hey, can you do me a favor, please, and check that out for me, Christoph? I think it's a Milner. She has a heck of a Milner.
You sure?
Yeah.
That sounds pornographic.
It's not at all. A hatter sounds pornographic.
No, Milner sounds pornographic.
You know what? Actually, I hate to even bring it back around on this front, but as long as... So anyway, there's Prince Andrew. He's in trouble now.
Yeah.
By the way, all these images and secure... What's the deal?
Milner.
A Milner. Thank you. Thank you very much. Nick, you had applause you wanted to put in there? But yeah, no, I never see her as a big problem in the royal family because, like you say, she does her thing. Edward, you never hear about him. Margaret,
No.
You never hear about Margaret. You never hear about them except when something good is going on. But his whole life, I think Andrew's been in this situation where he makes bad decisions, and the British people are not surprised that he's
always trying to upstage. He has been his entire life. He knew that he was number 2. It sucks to be number 2.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you eat bad food, Number 2 is really a horrible thing to have happen.
I
When
don't
you're
see this-
born number 2 in the
Yeah.
royal family, you are.
Okay, so I understand. You might as well be considered. Okay, so having said that, you're right. He's kind of been in the shadows his whole life and doing the best that he can to be the star of the show.
Right.
At any moment he can. When his brother's there or his mother was there, keeping a low profile.
He's the Queen. Oh, my Andrew, right?
Yeah.
And Andrew knew, you know what? I'm better looking than Charles. He's got the big ears and the large head and the big nose and jowls. And no, I'm better. And I look better in a uniform. And oh, you know what? I date better looking women than he does. And I'm a philanderer. And I'm, like he was always in the media. He was party boy.
Yeah.
And party boy doesn't work after 35.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I never thought that I'd sit and talk about the royal family with one of my guys.
I no kid T.
Okay, look. Before we get out of here, though, speaking of magic attention getters,
Don't.
have you seen the relationship going on right now?
I did.
With Trudeau
I knew you were going
and
to go
Katy
here.
Perry.
Yeah, it's pathetic, actually.
Why? Okay, I wanted to know what your opinion was of this. The guy can't have love. He's divorced. He's in a new world. He's retired from a position of power.
He's a nerd.
Okay, thank God somebody else said that.
He's a freaking nerd. Trudeau is the biggest nerd. He's a weirdo. Everybody knows he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
Right. Do you think that Katy Perry is going to last very long with him? When every second word out of his mouth is or ah, and he's always going to be trying to teach her a lesson when she has more money than he does. This is a setup, just like it was with his father. It's a setup.
Oh, for who?
It's a media thing. Get the photo, set the photo up. Great. Grab her ass. That's great. We'll do this from a long distance lens. Fantastic. It's bringing him back into the media for a reason.
You sounded like you coordinated this whole effort,
because
by the way.
it's always coordinated.
You had that plan? Nick, maybe I'm wrong, but that sounded to me like Jedan actually was the PR firm
it's
here.
Always coordinated. It is, this type of stuff doesn't just happen. When would they have an opportunity to meet? Think about that.
Nick, do we know where they met?
I do not know where they met.
Okay.
Nobody knows where they met. They just showed up. All of a sudden, he's at her concert. The next thing you know, the next photo is them
they
on a
met at
yacht.
her concert.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And a couple of weeks later, they're on a yacht and he's playing grab ass with her?
Perfectly normal.
Sure it is. What's the plan? What are they trying to do with him? What are they trying to do with her? He needs to get back in the media. She's popular.
Why does he need to be back in the media? He has enough to retire on.
Because
he should be laying low based on some of the charges I see leveled against him by Canadians right now.
No, because he's like Andrew. He has to grasp fame. He needs something. He needs something to hang on to. He always professes to be this wise sort of guy. He's not. He's a moron.
He's like a part-time drama teacher or whatever, and prime minister. But having said that, he's now out on the speaking circuit.
Oh, there we go.
And
how much?
I think it's $100,000 an appearance. Not bad.
Are you kidding me?
Christoph, do me a favor and just can you raise my rate just a little bit and see if we can get any takers on that? Like, even if I have to do less, for more would be better.
What does he have to say that's of relevance to anyone in the universe?
Well, he's a big guy on global warming, you see. So they might have that in common.
What does he understand about it?
I can't tell you.
Could you see him and Elon Musk sharing a stage in a debate?
Him and his family, don't forget, he and his family used water boxes.
Right.
At that time. I don't know if you recall, but his family was using water boxes, and that was so that they could drink water from boxes.
Right. The man has nothing to offer.
Yeah.
They've got to put him out in the media. It raises his profile. They charge a few extra bucks. In 6 to 8 months, Katy Perry, gone. Right. Oh, they broke up. It's sad.
You think that she's part of his speaking circuit price?
How do you not see that?
I do see that. And by the way, if you're smart, you'll try to book both of them for your next event.
How much do you think
You can just book them and they can kiss.
She's being paid Somebody's agent called her agent and said, we need to raise Trudeau's profile right now. American Idol's coming up. So why don't, or whatever the hell she's doing next, right? So she gets paid. They go out, they kiss, they play grab ass on a boat, everything, all these photos, they're all staged. Like, come on. You're not standing on the bow of a boat playing grab ass with Katy Perry in a perfect profile so that both of you can be seen, you know, your hand on her ass, your perfect profile. You think that they're actually going to do that out of the blue?
I think it's a possibility.
I love my wife. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't stand around and grab her ass. I don't do that.
Well, I mean, not even for photos? Not even for a photo.
Not even for photos. Exactly.
You know what? A little bit of that in your marriage, by the way, I don't think would hurt. So having said that, I do believe that it might be a real relationship. I don't know that it's going to last for long. If it is staged, it's badly staged. He does look like a nerd with the pretty girl.
Have you look at how nervous he looks in his photos? He never looks natural. When he's taking a photo and posing, he looks unnatural in everything. You watch him in the media and the way that he tilts his head and the way he furrows his brow and stuff like that. Watch him at the Katy Perry concert where they got that one shot of him sort of in the front row off to the side, and you can see he's got this look on his face like he knows the effing camera's right there on side stage.
Watch your mouth. Right? And I think you're right about that. He is very lens aware. He's always modeling like a Sears catalog.
Yeah, he couldn't do porn. He'd always be looking at the camera.
Okay. On that note, Nick, you have any thoughts on this, man? I know that I saw you bubbling up earlier today with tee-hees and laughter over there.
Well, guys, I have to disagree with both of you. I feel like this is a perfect match. I mean, we have Katy Perry, who's the greatest singer of all time. Don't dispute me.
Oh, God.
I just threw up in my mouth.
What happened just now?
And she's dating Justin Trudeau, who's the greatest prime minister of all time.
Okay.
No.
All right.
So
you had a point.
Yes.
Oh, now I want them to break up immediately.
Nick, you fill me with the urge to defecate.
Listen,
you just have Trudeau derangement syndrome.
No, we
Chris.
don't. The guy's a nerd.
Trudeau derangement.
I mean, I'm going to pull up a graphic here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is them here.
See, look at him posing. See, look at everything there.
I want to, you know, I do have one criticism about this pairing is that it's just not diverse enough. They could. Can we throw?
Okay.
Let's get Lizzo in there.
Okay.
Let's get Lizzo in there. It'll be a throuple.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Okay.
All right. I'm done.
I didn't see diversity as a problem, but now that you pointed out, well done, Nick.
Good one, Nick.
All right. Well, look, I think we did enough damage on the Daily Cancel. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm sorry about today's show, but there'll be a better one tomorrow. Don't forget to share it with a friend. Not this episode, other ones. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks. Bye.